everybody, and welcome once again to another episode of the Backyard Diamond. I'm your host, biggsdaddycool. You can find me on Instagram, Snapchat, most of all Twitter, Blowout Forums, Net54, wherever you see my name, biggsdaddycool. You know it's me, it's that B-I-double-G. Hey, this week we got a couple extra things. I had a little time off there with a little bit of voice issues, so I did have a couple things in the hopper that I got, a few mail day things I want to open on camera for you. A couple of them I know, a couple of them I'm not real sure what's in there, so we'll both be surprised whenever we get them. Did want to talk a little bit about today. A few things. Somebody had asked me a couple weeks ago, one of the more prevalent fellows in the hobby, um, about Backyard Diamond Labs, hashtag Backyard Diamond Labs, and why I'm using that hashtag and what does that mean. If you'll notice the first few episodes of the podcast, I've kind of made it my point to disrupt things a little bit, kind of shake things on its ear. Everybody in the hobby for a long time, as long as I've been in it, that's all people have been worried about is doing things the status quo, selling things as you did. If you can go to a flea market or anywhere where you can, pay $5, $10 for a table local card show or whatever it is now. Now the prices are a little higher, but if you could make your money back, if you could sell a few things, make enough to buy some extra stuff, that's what people were worried about. It was like, you know what, we're not really worried about maximizing profits or making ourselves strong business people or entrepreneurs, as a lot of people use the phrase these days. But I think we really do need to focus on some of that too, because there's a lot of money left on the table in an industry that's a multi-billion-dollar a year industry, and I want to disrupt the status quo with a lot of that stuff. And a lot of the things with Backyard Diamond Labs, I want to come up with new strategies and new points to be able to kind of brush out a little bit of the older mentality, right? So I've been experimenting with a few things, if you will, in the studio here in my lab, and I'm going to be revealing some of that to you over the next few weeks. One of the things I wanted to ask about or talk about, kind of throw the question out there today about, was um, how do you use technology at a show when you are increasing, looking to go into a bigger show, a smaller show, whatever kind of show, trying to increase your collection. If you have want lists or anything like that, um, how do you manage that these days? I know some people use Excel spreadsheets. It's not really um, feasible on your mobile devices, your phones, your tablets, that type of thing. So keeping that want list on an Excel, is that what you do? Do you have little notepads in your phone? What do you do with that? Because I think a lot of us are kind of in that in between stage, and the hobby is always, for as long as I've been in it for the last 40 plus years, has always been slow to react to technology because I don't know. I think between the age of the individuals that are uh, in the hobby, we're all a little bit. We're not kids. And kids seem to be the first adapters of technology. Believe it or not, forums were kind of the first place in the hobby, um, and we were slow to react to the smartphone technology. Even Twitter back um, 8, 9, 10 years ago when it first got started at the National. It was me and one other guy, maybe me and two other guys tweeting at the National, right? It's not that way anymore now, thankfully. The youth, the movement has kind of gotten into the hobby, and the technology swell is kind of coming. We're still not there yet with compared to um, uh, other hobbies and other industries and businesses, of course. This is a business. It's not just a hobby. I know everybody refers to it as the hobby. It's a business. And how do we adapt that technology for us today so that we can quickly utilize it. But how do you manage your want lists and that sort of thing? Leave some comments at the bottom of the page here or on the podcast. Please leave some comments. Let me know. Hit me up on Twitter. I want to know how are you managing your want lists and your collection with your smartphone. What's most manageable for people? Because I think there's some things we can do to disrupt that, right, as a whole. And I think we can kind of get a little more knowledge of what everybody else has along with what we need. Want lists, trade lists, buy lists, sell lists. I think a lot of that could be mainstreamed, right? Like they can make it a lot easier for everybody to see what you need, what you want, what you're looking for. But it's not going that way. I don't think. I don't see it a lot, and I think there's a lot of things we can do with that. But yeah, Backyard Diamond Labs. Like the main thing I want to do, I want to disrupt this hobby. I want to make it fresh and new and add a few features. So I'm always experimenting with some things and kind of messing around with some things in the background. So that's why I called it Backyard Diamond Labs, and that question is one of those things that leads to that. We'll open a couple of these things here, see what we got in the mail bay, just to show you some of the stuff that I've been fiddling around with. Now you'll see this is just a standard 000 bubble that I got this card in. Tape, a little two-sided cardboard thing, and boy, I should have brought the scissors in here because oh, thank goodness I got a pair right here. Maybe I should pay attention to what kind of tools I got. But man, I hate when people tape this stuff together because I am so afraid you don't know what, I mean, realistically, you don't know what they have it in there. And say it's a soft sleeve and you stick some scissors in there and you slice that baby open, cut the edge of the card, even damage the edge. I just hate it. I hate it. Hate tape. Hate Scotch tape. Got to be better ways, right? And coming along in the next few weeks, you're going to see some things I've got, practices that I use, and things that I, and you'll see the scissors, thankfully, didn't do any damage to the card, but it did scruff up the little team bag that the guy put on here. I'll get this card out of here for us. It's a Luis Urias rookie card short print from Heritage this year. He's still off the radar a little bit with everybody talking about Tatis and Vlad Jr. And of course he's kind of off the radar a little bit right now with his injury situation. Another 000 envelope to open here. But yeah, it's Urias is a big deal. This, I did not look before I opened it. I should have. This is from Tim Shepler from About the Cards podcast. He had sent me, asked when I was a guest on their show, one of the guys I PC'd, his Twitter handle is @BigShep79, and it was a thank you gift for coming on the show. He had a few Matt Adams cards laying around that he didn't PC, didn't collect, and wanted to pass them along to me, and I thank you very much, Tim. That was a great, kind gift, and you can hear the Matt Adams story on About the Cards podcast. But there's the Matt Adams, number 10 of 25. That's a beautiful card with the jersey in there. And then there's a base Matt autograph. And neither of those I had, and I have been kind of chasing a few Matt Adams, base and stuff. I know the family. You can hear the story, like I said, on About the Cards. Nice little podcast there too. Once a week show. Listen to it when you got time. It's that's pretty good. A couple of my friends card antagonist and junk wax are the other two sports card antagonists. This is a little bit bigger package. You'll see a little thicker. I think I have an idea what's in here too, and I kind of hate. I made a mess there. Dumped some stuff on the floor, but I think I know what this is. This is all taped up like the end of time too, and I can see there's some bubble wrap in there, and like these guys. And you know what's funny is I see these videos online where people are touching their cards and doing, you know, all this crazy stuff, you know, with cards, opening unopened wax, which kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies to begin with, especially anything pre-1980. That stuff's vanishing, man. Save the unopened wax. Unopened packs matter, right? But then they'll go and they'll wipe their nose. They'll you know, touch the cards, wipe their foreheads. They're sweating. They're doing this. They're wiping and doing whatever, and then they continue to open these wax packs, you know, like it doesn't matter. And they'll say it doesn't matter, and it does matter, you know. And so, but they'll send their cards all wrapped up in some sort of big, you know, thing like they're, you know, these massive works of art, and they are, but they don't treat their cards like that any other time. So, I just don't understand. I think there has to be better ways of dealing with stuff. We got a lot of bubble wrap here, as you'll see that I'm unfurling here. We'll just throw that on the floor. These are labeled A and B because they're the exact same card. I had found these on Net54, and I was very fortunate enough to catch these as soon as they came up for sale. They are both graded 8, and I just need to get these out of the sleeves he's got them in. This is card number A. It is you'll see PSA 1972 tops, graded 8 near mint from PSA. And like I said, I was very lucky to see these pop up as soon as they got posted, and I scarfed them up immediately. And this is a 1972 Bill Mazeroski, again, PSA 8, as you'll see. And the one, I'll have to look at them a little closer. One is, I think, a little more off-center than the other, something to that effect. But they both graded an 8. But they're, geez, it's a high number. It's 760 in the set. And I got them for half of what one generally runs on eBay. So I got a very, very lucky deal there. If you're not on Net54 and you collect anything pre-1980, get on there. There's a lot of good guys on there. This is a PWE card, and I kind of expected that. I think it was a free shipping deal. It's not, you know, I'm not adamantly opposed to PWEs. Plain white envelope, for those of you that don't know. But I'm pretty sure what this is. Yep. And he's got another PWE, plain white envelope, inside of the larger. He's got an extra card. This I noticed because it's Yu Darvish that I did not order. So he's obviously padding it with what he refers to as common. And there is some painter's tape holding the... Gosh dang it, I hate it whenever there's no lip on it, because you kind of got to dig your fingernail in there to pick it out. And just feels like there's going to be a dent put in something somewhere. That one didn't go too bad. I kind of flipped it over to the card that I didn't order to dig into that side if I had to dig into one. We got the Yu Darvish. That's the one I didn't order. But I'll take it. If you're going to send me a free Heritage card, hey, I'll take it. But what I did order was, you'll see this purple refractor. You see a little junk reflecting off the table from some of these opened packs there. Try and keep the reflection down, but there's a little better view. That's the Luis Urias Chrome, purple chrome refractor. That one, like I said, I'm trying to snag a few of his things here and there. Otherwise, I think that's all I got this week. I think that envelope's, yeah, that's another envelope that was opened already. So, hey, I enjoy my time with you guys. Please hit me up on Twitter, at biggsdaddycool. Leave some comments in the comments section. Talk to me about, like I said, how are you going to disrupt the hobby? Like, what's the hobby disruption, right? Put the hashtag Backyard Diamond Labs. Hashtag Backyard Diamond Labs for things that you think we can do to disrupt the hobby as the status quo is now, to make it more efficient. I don't mean to set it on its ear or ruin it, right? I don't want to ruin nothing. I want to make it better. Set the hobby on its ear, though. Make it better. Make things more efficient. Make things more up to date, more technologically sound. Let me know. Put it in the comments. Rate me. Podcast ratings, YouTube comments. Please hit me up on Twitter. Let me know what you think. I really want to hear from you guys. I thank you all for taking the time to join in with me again for another episode. It's, like I said, it's a wonderful journey, this whole hobby and the hobby family. Just have a beautiful day for me, and please, please keep collecting. I love you all.